the good, you learn from the bad, and I'm not going to trade my guys. I love these guys, and I'm in the pit with them. I'm right there with them. All I can say is, man, I'm sorry to our fans, because they certainly deserve better, but as a team, again, what we want, you have to deserve, and we didn't deserve to win the game. So until we get some of those things fixed, we're going to be in a battle every single week.
For you, this team for forever has prided itself on the discipline and the execution, and you see the lack of discipline. Nate Wiggins could have drawn a penalty there, and you took him off the field.
Yeah.
Is that the most frustrating thing for you? And is it a player problem? Is it a coach? Like, how do you fix that?
No,
how do you address it?
We haven't had that. Hasn't been discipline. That hasn't been an issue with this team. That was a frustrating moment. That was a bad decision, just a bad moment. The guy got kind of emotional and out of himself, but he's been very disciplined all year. We've been a pretty disciplined team for the most part. We haven't been a team with 1 million penalties and things like that. It's just been turnovers. Just simple as that. We have been atrocious. Atrocious. And not only turnovers, but the type of turnovers and where they've been. Red zone. First and goals on the one. Just you name it. So I don't know. It's just crazy. So we're going to keep grinding. We'll get back in there and go back to work and see if we can find a way to win a game. And my heart hurts for everybody. But I'm responsible. This is a team, and I've got to help them. I got to pick them up. And again, that's a hurt group of guys in there, and I know they care. They work their butts off. Nobody wants to win more than them, and again, it's just unfortunate. And so it's football. This is one of those years that we just can't seem to get out of our own way. So got to keep pushing.
With the fumbles, do you feel like they're still a fluke at this point? Is there a common thread at all with the number of those are out?
It's a common thread in that we're not. They're coming in critical times in the red zone. That's probably the biggest common thread, is where they're happening. And just every coach and player's got to take ownership of what we can do better.
And Coach, less than 2 yards of carry tonight. And this has always been a program that prides itself on running the ball and being effective running the football. So from your vantage point and in your eyes, is there some type of disconnect between the backs, the O-line, or how things are meshing together in the running game? And do you see a way that you can kind of kickstart that or get that improved?
Well, if you watch this game, their style of play tonight was to make us throw the football. They lined up, and it was bare fronts and cover one, and press, cover one. You're not going to make a living running on bare fronts. This was a team that they said, okay, you've got to make some plays, and we made some plays, and we were effective, but we just didn't finish. We've run the ball well all year, but we weren't anywhere near as good as we need to be tonight. And we'll watch the tape, but they won that side of the ball for sure. And again, the style of play tonight, it was pretty evident early on, like, hey, we're going to have to throw the ball to win. And we made a bunch of big plays and put ourselves in position. Just missed on a couple, but the biggest thing is we just didn't finish. Again, if you get those 2 scores in the first quarter, we're having a different conversation right now.
I guess
All those plays count.
You can add to the list of woes that Aiden Swanson's had a great season, but the 29-yard punt there at the end put them in field position to tie it up.
Yeah, he is. He's had a great year. But we were at plenty of field. It was still a long enough field. We just didn't stop him. We didn't stop him. We had plenty of opportunities to get off the field, and defense had a chance to win it, and we didn't do it. So we put the defense in a bad spot the whole first half, but we rallied and had a chance, again, 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. You got to finish.
Maskell goes out. You got Root playing defensive end, or kind of at an end spot there at times. But were you still a little disappointed that you couldn't get him on the ground, that there wasn't enough pressure to maybe kind of affect him at times
I
during
mean,
the fourth?
he didn't throw the ball a whole lot. I
Yeah.
mean, they had that, probably the biggest disappointment. I mean, they made the two one-on-one plays. We were trying to pressure the run game because we were struggling fitting gaps wrong, and we just didn't do a good job, fitting some of the B-gap stuff especially, but, and they hit a couple plays outside, and, you expose yourself when you just that way, and they hit them. And then probably the biggest disappointment was the 1 3rd and 14, and they were max protection on that. And they made a good throw and catch, but it wasn't a game where they were just drop back throwing the ball.
You said how much you like this team, and you repeated that. In a situation like this, going forward into the next game, we consider some personnel changes.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. That's every week, honestly. I mean, we consider those things. Whatever we think we got to do to put us in position to win. That's what we try to do every week. If that's personnel, if it's scheme, whatever, we try to do that. And but again, we'll watch the tape and we'll see if there's anything we need to do. But I mean, again, we're in position to win. We just got to somehow I got to help them win. That's my main responsibility. I got to help them win.
I guess one of the few, bright spots, Jake Brinkstall with
Yeah.
the yards that he was able to get. Do you feel better in terms of feeding him the way you did?
Well, again, it was a lot of man coverage, so I mean, it was matchups, and so he had a lot of matchup opportunity, and made some great plays. I mean, I knew he was in on that one. I mean, I saw it, and what a play that was. So it's good to see, man. That's a real positive. And again, Cade made some great throws. Just missed a couple. Antonio, ended up having one big play. I know he had to go out, but Stellato, Adam had a huge play. I mean, we did some good things. We just weren't efficient running the ball. We weren't as good on 3rd down as we needed to be because we got behind the sticks a lot today. But at the end of the day, we still fought back and put ourselves in position to win, and we just didn't finish. We didn't finish the drives, the easy opportunities that we had in the first half that could and should have been points. And then we didn't finish in the fourth quarter defensively when we had the opportunity after we fought back. So, they deserved to win the game, and we didn't. That's football. And we are 4-3, and it's my responsibility to try to help us find a way to win this next game and see if we can battle our way out of this hole that we're in.
Anybody else for Coach?
The run defense in the fourth quarter, or second half specifically, what did you see there that you thought?
Well, I watched the tape, and I mean, it just we weren't fitting some gaps right. I mean, there was mostly in the B gap there, it seemed like, and we just weren't fitting some things properly. It's just frustrating, really, really frustrating because most people have not been able to run the ball on us, and we didn't finish there when we had the opportunity. But we'll see on the tape, what specifically happened.
Anyone else? I thank you, Coach.